Also, before we start today's topic, I wanted to tell y'all about geocaching. And this sounds like I'm being sponsored, but I'm not. It's just a couple of days ago I randomly found one and it brought up all these memories because my family and I used to always go geocaching and it was so much fun and I'd completely forgotten about it until recently. So, basically what it is all over the world there's these tiny little treasures like boxes and like little ones and all these things that are hidden everywhere, and you can download this app and it'll track them and be able to find them in real life, and there's notes and little, maybe like $1 or something that you could find in it, and then you put something in it or write your name on the log. It's just, I don't know, it's this whole little cool world that I completely forgot about it, and so I was walking around all day kind of finding them and just, I don't know, it's cool. And so yeah, go check it out. But for today's topic, I wanted to talk about boredom, the importance of boredom, having time where you're not distracted and things like that. And the main reason for this is, I was back this past weekend from my grandfather's memorial and that went really well. But school got canceled for a week because of flooding and things that are happening in Texas, which my family's fine, nothing's wrong there, which I'm very grateful for. But because I only thought I was going to be there for like 2 days, I didn't have that much stuff with me. Maybe a few pieces of clothing, a book, a notebook. I didn't really have much with me. And at first I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. I don't have any of my schoolwork, any of these things that I can work on or do. I mean, I still had my computer and I still had some distractions, of course, but I had a lot less options than normal. And it turned out to be a really big blessing because I had a lot of time where I wasn't sort of distracted or overwhelmed by all the options or things that I should be doing or whatever. I just didn't have the options. I went and saw some friends and I obviously was doing other stuff, but there's a lot of hours in a day. So a lot of that time I really was thinking or writing music or just doing things that I enjoyed. And I found when I was bored or I wasn't distracted or any of those things, that was when my deep thoughts sort of came out. That was when, I had time to really reflect on what had been going on with me or what, even I was drawn to certain things that I really enjoy. And I think it's really easy to sort of go through your life and just, I don't know, like you don't even ever realize that you enjoy something or that you could even realize it. Like, I know that I love making music and I love drawing and reading, but a lot of times I'll find myself choosing between something that, I enjoy but doesn't ultimately bear any fruit or anything, and something that I do love, and I'll end up choosing, like, these distractions, like, watching a movie or whatever, and that's not a bad thing. It's good to relax, it's good to do things that don't stimulate your mind sometimes, but when you keep choosing that distraction, you never choose the thing that you actually enjoy and want to spend your time doing, and you'll never be where you want to in the future. Like, think of your idols, think of all the people that are, making something with their lives, and then think about how are you spending your time, because the future itself doesn't exist. I feel like I said this in a different video, but the future doesn't exist. There's only the present. The future is the present. So whatever you are doing in the present is going to affect your future. It's going to change the future. It's going to, you have to make decisions in the now for it to be anything in the future, if that makes any sense. And I find, especially in American society, that, the value is placed on the doing, the productivity, the getting things done, all of these things. If there's not something physical being worked on or you're not getting results, then why are you even spending your time on something? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's really important to do things. It's really important to not just talk about things, think about things, whatever. It's really important to work, be productive, all that stuff. But it's been taken to an extreme. And I find that there's a lot of results and, there's a lot of good things that can come out of doing stuff that is seen as unproductive. Like, for example, sleeping. Like, when you're sleeping, you're not working. When you're sleeping, you're not getting things done. But it's so important. You can't live without sleep. It's all of these things that people see as, not important because it doesn't produce something just doesn't make sense to me. It's like making music or drawing or expressing yourself or thinking about things and just letting yourself take a break. There's something so important about just letting yourself relax and not be, your mind isn't overstimulated and you're not just being like, here's this information, here's that, do this, do this. There's just too much. I think with the internet and all of these things, it's done so many amazing things, but in such a short amount of time that we as humans, I don't know if we're adapting well enough. If all of a sudden we have all of this knowledge, all of this information, so many different options, so many distractions, and it's like, in this short amount of time, how can we adapt to that? How can we expect ourselves to just, take this new thing into our lives and it'd be perfectly fine? I don't know. I'm kind of going on a tangent, but it's really important that you give yourself that time where you allow yourself to just be, I don't know, alone or doing something that you enjoy that's not a distraction. I think whenever you are really bored is when you realize what you enjoy, what you really like to do. Because when you're bored, you get drawn to things that stimulate your brain or what creative parts of yourself there are or anything like that. That's whenever I really enjoy nature or anything like that, is when I don't have anything to do, and I'm just walking around outside and it's like I don't have anywhere to be, and wow, look at these trees, look at all of these wonderful things that I just, you pass by every day. And there's nothing wrong with working hard and getting things done, but it's important to have that balance and find the importance not just in the productivity, but the importance in also the rest. People can be in either extreme. People can be like stuck in that work mode where they don't ever rest, and people can be stuck in the rest mode when they don't ever work. And neither of those things are good.